Hello everyone, and welcome to another chilling case. Love is a strong force that can create relationships that cannot be broken. But what happens when that connection turns into a danger? Beverly Liggett was caught in the exact situation. As her son grew into manhood, he developed an interest in the ominous and macabre. She had no idea that he would soon turn his twisted attention to her. Today, we unmask the tragic tale of Beverly Liggett, a story that will leave you questioning the limits of a mother's love and the unspeakable horrors that can emerge from within a family. Let's begin. In Centennial, Colorado, the Liggett family resides on East Peakview Avenue. Beverly Liggett, a 56-year-old woman, lives there with her children, Ari and Livia. Beverly's life began on October 1st, 1956, and she remained in the local area throughout her adulthood. Despite struggles with mental health, Beverly found her calling in nursing school and graduated in 2011. She dedicated herself to working with children with special needs, making a positive impact in their lives. While Beverly focused on her work, her personal life faced challenges. She was a single parent after parting ways with her children's father, Ron. In 2006, she met Seth Machio through a dating website, and their love grew over 5 years. However, they faced obstacles, including finding a permanent home and dealing with Beverly's son, Ari. Ari Liggett, born in 1988, faced a difficult journey due to developmental and mental health issues. He experienced bullying and struggled to connect socially. Ari blamed his mother, Beverly, for his afflictions, not understanding the complexities of their situations. Beverly, plagued by bipolar disorder, had a troubled history. Over time, she made progress in managing her condition with medication. In 2012, her demeanor shifted, radiating happiness. She looked forward to her new career and life with her fiancé, Seth, as her children grew up. Behind the closed doors of their seemingly serene home, a storm brewed. Unseen by the outside world, trouble loomed, ready to bring devastating consequences. Ari Liggett's troubled history had become an unbearable burden for Beverly, inflicting unstoppable pain upon her. With each passing day, Ari's escalating mental health issues grew more chaotic, leaving the family in a constant state of distress. Desperate to aid him, they sought therapy and medical assistance, only to be met with resistance and further deterioration. Ari's behavior reached a breaking point when he posed a serious threat to his mother and sister, prompting them to involve the authorities. He was arrested and warned, but the threats only intensified as time went on. As the new decade approached, Beverly found herself living in constant fear of her son. The home that was once a sanctuary became a prison of apprehension. However, her love for Ari was unwavering, causing her to hesitate in severing ties. Boundaries blurred, and reckless behavior encroached upon their lives. Ari's intelligence and potential were evident, having been a student at the University of Colorado before faltering and eventually dropping out. His newfound obsession with weapons and chemicals, however, sparked deep concern. In January 2010, Beverly stumbled upon her son mixing chemicals in the backyard, leading to a call to the authorities. The discoveries made were alarming: a gas mask and 2 containers of crystallized potassium ferrocyanide. Further investigation into Ari's internet history unveiled his enthusiasm for crafting dangerous substances. 2 months later, the FBI became involved after Ari ordered chemicals online, using an anonymous post office box. A police raid ensued, resulting in his arrest for possessing a homemade firearm silencer. Ari's actions took a sinister turn, even causing a bomb scare in Colorado when he sent a package containing cyanide to a homeless shelter. The search of Beverly's home revealed a disturbing arsenal, including dismantled guns, homemade firearms, and hazardous chemicals like potassium cyanide. The gravity of the situation led to Ari facing misdemeanor charges and felony charges, which resulted in a deferred sentence. Following his release, Ari's behavior continued to escalate. He made threats against his mother and her sister, prompting them to admit him to a mental health facility for several months. Notably, he found himself on the FBI's watch list due to extreme anti-Semitic remarks despite his Jewish heritage. The strain on Ari's relationship with Beverly grew, exacerbated by her engagement to Seth, her fiancé. As their commitment deepened, Ari perceived her impending departure from the family home as abandonment, intensifying his anger. Ari's mental state deteriorated rapidly, compounded by diagnoses of autism, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and psychosis. Medical intervention became imperative, but Ari remained resistant. Meanwhile, Beverly and Livia lived in constant fear under the same roof, a living condition that no one should endure. The mounting tension between mother and son came to a head in 2012, when Beverly made the difficult decision to remove Ari's name from her will. The consequences of this decision would prove catastrophic, as on October 14, 2012, Beverly Liggett mysteriously vanished. On the evening of October 14, 2012, Beverly's silence raised concerns among her loved ones. Seth, her fiancé, and Livia couldn't reach her, and a disturbing call from Ari impersonating Beverly heightened the sense of dread. Worried, family and friends reported her disappearance to the police. 2 days later, a vigilant officer in Greenwood Village spotted Beverly's vehicle associated with Ari, who was also reported missing. When the officer approached, Ari attempted to escape, leading to a high-speed chase. In a reckless maneuver, Ari crashed into a wall, ending the pursuit. Ari surrendered, and officers made a horrifying discovery when they opened the trunk of his car. Multiple containers held Beverly's dismembered remains, forever haunting those who witnessed it. Ari, claiming insanity due to schizophrenia and autism, asked about charges, struggling to differentiate right from wrong. The officers, perplexed by the gruesome scene and Ari's delusions, took him into custody. He continued to proclaim himself a deity with supernatural abilities. As they prepared to interview Ari, the officers faced the unsettling task of confronting a bizarre encounter that defied comprehension. Ari's delusional narrative unfolded, revealing his belief in telepathic powers and a distorted perception of reality. He suggested that his mother may have taken her own life due to bipolar disorder and speculated about poisoning. Ari claimed possession by demons, asserting their influence surpassed his own. He portrayed himself as a superior being, taunting the officers and challenging their ability to prove his mental state. He tantalized them with hints of a corrupt society and his role as a victim seeking justice. The officers found themselves immersed in Ari's disturbing web of delusions, grappling with his audacious claims and the disconcerting dance with a man who believed himself to be a deity. During the meticulous search of the Liggett residence, police uncovered a horrifying collection of evidence. Potassium cyanide, a lethal poison, was found in the refrigerator. Traces of human blood stained the freezer and bathtub, indicating a gruesome scene. A chilling discovery awaited in the dishwasher, an ominous hacksaw marked with signs of use. The bathtub bore haunting marks, silent witnesses to unspeakable acts. Tragically, the family cat was also found lifeless under Ari's bed. Autopsy reports confirmed the presence of cyanide in both Beverly's body and the cat's. As legal proceedings commenced, the challenge for the prosecution was to prove Ari's mental state during the murder, delving into his twisted psyche to uncover the truth. The chilling truth of Beverly and Ari's fates becomes clear in the tangled narrative of Ari's actions. The answer to whether Ari was solely responsible for their tragic ends is stark and chilling. Yes, Ari's descent into an obsession with chemical warfare and poisoning led him down a dark path, culminating in the acquisition of large quantities of potassium cyanide. His twisted fixation on Adolf Hitler and his interest in lethal substances drove him to meticulously plan his mother's demise. Evidence revealed that Beverly had expressed intentions to evict Ari from the house once she married Seth, a revelation that likely strained their already troubled relationship. Ari's resentment and obsession reached a boiling point on October 14, 2012. He poisoned his mother with cyanide. While the fate of the family cat remains unclear, whether it was deliberately targeted or an unintended victim, Ari then dismembered Beverly's body with a handsaw, leaving haunting marks on the bathtub. Over approximately 24 hours, he meticulously chopped her remains and stored them in plastic tubs filled with a crude mixture of olive oil and vinegar. The tubs, carrying the grotesque secret, were hidden in the trunk of Beverly's car, while the handsaw was stashed in the dishwasher. Consumed by darkness, Ari sought to evade discovery. His plan involved hiding the tubs in a storage unit and disposing of the unrecognizable remains in the mountains. However, justice would prevail, as Ari's twisted plans were thwarted within the confines of the courtroom. The courtroom became the stage for Ari's legal proceedings, as he staunchly claimed insanity and pleaded not guilty. His defense team argued that severe mental illnesses plagued him, including delusions and obsessive tendencies, presenting evidence of calculated intentions intertwined with insanity. During the trial, Ari's peculiar responses and moments of bizarre behavior were acknowledged, yet he demonstrated an understanding of his surroundings and the nature of the interrogations. He followed the investigators' questions, seeking clarification when needed, revealing his grasp of the discussion's context. Prosecutors unveiled a haunting revelation. Days before her death, Beverly had contacted Ari's psychiatrist, expressing desperate concerns about her son's absence of medication and decline. Her concerns were left unanswered due to legal obligations and patient confidentiality laws. In this tragic turn of events, The system failed Beverly, leaving her living with a son whose soul was rapidly deteriorating. Ari Liggett was ultimately found guilty of first-degree murder. The consequence of this conviction was a life sentence, without the possibility of parole, a fair and just punishment, but one that left everyone shattered. The Liggett family was burdened with the loss of 2 members, while mental health support fell short, highlighting the dire need for improved treatment and resources. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and until next time, take care of yourself, look after each other, and stay safe.